Welcome back to The World Ends With You. So yeah, looks like Joggershua's gonna drag us on for his own agenda thing.
Getting those spikes.
What are we looking for with that thing?
Again, xenomorphs. That's what the tracker is for.
Can't you just give an answer?
What indeed?
What's the fun in that, Shiro?
We'll know it when we
Not
see it.
being a dick?
We'll know it when we see it, silly. Yeah, we'll know it when we see it, Shiroi.
Gee, thanks for confiding, asshole.
Surprisingly, the asshole that was Jova's creative liberty. It's not Neku.
Oh no, I know. He's done this a few times.
Alright.
Look at us, making our own The World Ends With You abridged creation.
The sequel...
Actually, that's a good question because we haven't checked in a while, Pedro. Where are we anime-wise at this point?
Right now we're in like episode 5, I think. I'll have to go back and recheck. Me and Shiro and Jova are gonna go through some of the episodes at some point, so I'll get back to you again.
Lisa?
Is this?
It's beat.
Found ya!
Yeah.
Who's there?
Get ready to hurt, phones.
You got something
See?
on your shoulder.
See, the thing about the anime tale is that I got 3 episodes in and I just stopped watching.
Today, yo.
Okay.
Eat. You're okay.
Better than okay. See for yourself.
Notice that he has a little animal on his shoulder.
You've got wings?
Pretty badass, huh?
Again.
Actually, would you just look like yourself but with wings?
Proves I'm a reaper, yo.
So, yeah, he has a noise on his shoulder. Okay. No, you'll notice that noise wasn't what... You'll notice that noise wasn't...
Join them?
Yeah.
Was in the pin, yeah.
Yeah. Neku, you have Reaper friends too. My, you certainly do get around.
Not what it looks like.
I'm not dignifying that with an answer.
He ain't no friend of mine. I only came here to erase you punks.
Right. That's a good one, Beat. Wait, what? You don't really...
Yo, you hear what I said? Bring it!
Alright then.
I mean, people grieve in different ways. This is an extreme.
Well, Shiroi, just keep a pin
We
on...
actually had to fight him as a, humanoid form.
Yeah, don't worry. There are the occasional fights where you do fight the bosses in humanoid form.
Sometimes they've been transforming into things.
Sometimes, yeah, but not all of them. Like,
I think I get what Jim means. This is the first time we've ever actually faced
Oh, look, Dark Matter.
humanoid bosses in proper form.
That was easy.
well,
Barely an inconvenience.
that's because I'm on New Game Plus, Dwebs. We've gone through this.
He's strong, even though I beat him in one hit.
Yeah, there's also this.
Well, the story can't account for the fact that I'm on New Game Plus, to be fair. So.
I mean, to be fair, these are the
I
same
mean,
guys
so is
who made-
Neku, technically.
You're
I mean, to be
Sykes
fair-
Olympio. I mean, I've got
to
my
be
arms
fair-
broken, but I'm...
To be fair,
yeah, I'm
these are the
winning.
same guys who make Kingdom Hearts who actually did make an alternate cutscene for if you do beat a certain
I
boss,
was
so...
hoping for a real fight.
I think they could have added an alternative cutscene for this.
But
Okay.
your weak ass ain't worth
Well, here's the problem, Jova. In that case, they would have to do it for every single battle in the game, and that's not really
Go
feasible.
on, get lost.
Yeah, then
And
in that
consider
case,
yourself
don't have
lucky.
us win it then. Like, actually have us lose it. Hey, wait!
Bye.
Also, they wouldn't have to do it for every fight, but like, this fight at the very least. Like, most fights don't even act like you lost per se. This one acts like we did lose, even if we did win. I've never really liked that in games.
A dread attack on players 3 days in. Such egregious rule breaking. I mean, police.
And he's really my enemy now.
Oh no, he lied to me. He shot at me. Virginity.
If not, he could have fooled me.
Well, I mean, we're over-leveled, so I guess we can just kick his ass again.
He wasn't pulling any punches, Neku.
because he didn't have enough time to pull them.
Yeah, I know. Why would he join the
That lasted
Reapers?
like 3 seconds.
I should be careful hanging out with you. If that was a friend, I'd hate to run into one of your enemies. Bruh. Anyway, let's move on.
I mean, right now, you're probably his enemy.
Oh, come on.
Probably.
Oh, come on, Shiroi. Would this face lie to you?
Yes.
Probably.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
come on.
And it already.
I think
It
it's a
already
very
has
likely
lied to me.
possibility.
Oh, look at that.
I sing Evangelion enough to know yes.
Where did he disappear to after he beat me?
Oh my god.
I want a rematch.
That's what happened yesterday. I thought you had it in the bag, Shooter.
Me too. Yeah, the bro in the headphones took off too.
We pass by, they won't notice us.
What was the big rush? Hope he shows up at Stride so we can play.
Please don't let the mission be at Stride. Please don't let the mission be at Stride. Please don't let the mission be at Stride.
There is no mission yet.
That's exactly why I'm begging it not be at
And it's
Stride when it
definitely
shows
not going to
up.
be in Stride.
Sounds like you have a fan, Neku. Yeah, that's an optional cutscene, by the way. So that was nice. Alright, let's keep going through the Shibu department store and back to the scramble.
I like how it's using Beats theme for this.
Hold it. Neku, we're getting a response.
So
Game over.
we need to drill to get petroleum or something.
A
Like,
response.
It means we're close. It's got to be around here.
Around here? Where?
I don't know. I mean, if I knew, I wouldn't need this tracker, don't you think? I need to pinpoint this. Let's keep looking around. Alright then. Let's keep looking around then. Hopefully it should be somewhere around here. Yeah, there's no walls, but we can go through Center Street's entrance, so let's go through there first. Aha! Wait, Neku, the signal's getting weaker.
so nope.
So basically, we're playing a game of hot and
Going
cold.
the wrong way.
So basically, we're playing a game of hot and cold now. Like, if you get colder, the game will warn you. No, it's not through here. Go back.
I can imagine that in the original version, the bottom screen had that kind of radar that told you or something.
No,
Oh,
it's more so.
Surprisingly.
It's more so about a bit of one pass as well. Then turn natural puppy into the hottest thing around, as in the brand. Make it #1 in the air. So we already know how this goes. Equip either clothes and or pins of that brand, and fight a couple matches with that brand. So let's equip some natural puppy stuff.
Hint just in case you forgot.
Alright, so basically the next thing we have to do in that is equip some natural puppy stuff. Alright, let's go into our phone and do that. Alright, you can use this time to ask whatever questions you have to, if you want.
I don't remember if I had any other, but again, other stuff that I might pondering, I want to wait until the game further develops to actually, start having guesses and.
Well, okay,
maybe
actually, Shira, you had a question in the previous part that you left for this one, so you wanna maybe ask?
I'll ask when it's appropriate. It's not appropriate right now. Don't worry about it. It's not important.
Okay then.
I guess I'll give some notes on the anime. From what I can gather, it seems that the first week is very rushed. After that, the anime does try to slow its roll a bit more, essentially.
They're very rushed. They get it over within like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the part. No, that's the part. Like, I showed basically everybody in between parts. I showed Jova the first episode, so he's giving his impressions. Go on, Jova.
Anyway, from what I've seen of the anime, it seems like the first week is very rushed by, but it also appears that they slow their roll a bit with the other parts. I won't go too much into details because obvious spoilers to the game. I mean, if I can put it like this, it feels like they only had like 12 episodes, so
yeah,
they chose the chunk to cut down on the most. I feel like they might get better, but I can also understand that first bit really alienating people who are fans of the game. Like, who knows? Maybe it'll work for somebody who hasn't played the game.
Yeah, if you forgot, Drew, when Pedro showed me the first episode, I had no experience with the game, and as such, the episode really did not add much of a problem to me. Sure, now when I know the context, I understand, the stuff that they cut away with, and stuff, but, for a complete newcomer, I can tell you might not get that feeling.
The problem is that the problem with the first episode too is that again within 5 minutes we're already seeing the scene where Neku tries to kill Shiki, and at that point in the episode the anime has yet to establish who Neku is, who Shiki is. So what reason do people have to be tense about it? Like there's. It's kind of hard, it basically, the big problem is that, okay, and yes, if Jova is correct and the second week is handled better, I guess, but at the same time, all 3 weeks are equally important. That's the big problem, the idea of trying to squeeze all of this thing into just 12 episodes was just a bad idea altogether.
I can get where Q is coming from, though, on the idea that I could see somebody who's completely new to The World Ends With You being alright with how the first week goes.
And to answer your question, Pedro, it's more of a case of, the episode quickly still establishes that Neku is the protagonist, so him doing that kind of an action at least builds mystery, at the very least.
My take is that in this, what they're trying to do is use how quickly everything comes to show how much of a shock it is to Neku's system. Now, granted, again, as somebody who's familiar with the game, I don't particularly care for how that's executed, but I will say, I will give the anime this, I don't think it's so bad that, again, from what I've seen so far, it doesn't seem so bad that even a newcomer would automatically hate it. Granted, I'm not a complete newcomer, so I can't say per se how I would take it. That's always something that's going to be difficult when you're looking at this, if it's meant for people with a new eyes lens. Even though, again, an adaptation should work for both newcomers and oldcomers, so I will give you that the anime does have that issue that it is probably going to annoy fans of the games who wanted to see certain moments animated in anime. But for the newcomers and introducing it to them, since that's what the anime was meant for, I guess it could work. Now, keep in mind, I am not saying that it's ideal by any means. What I am saying is if it was a necessary sacrifice, then I can sort of see the logic. You're setting your pins for that.
The problem...
natural puppy.
The problem is that so much of the character development and build-up and dialogue that builds the relationships that are so important to this game's story is lost in the rushed pacing, and as a result, the original experience is basically gone. The appeal of the game's story is basically not really well translated. This thing obviously this was never going to happen. Square Enix, with the way they treat this IP, would never spend that much money on it, but the only way to properly adapt this into an anime would be through 3 seasons, 12 episodes per week. That would be the only way to properly adapt this.
Actually, I forgot if I asked, did this got actually instead a manga adaptation?
No. Teo,
surprising.
Teo, the only reason we got an anime, Teo, is because Square Enix wanted some kind of easy way for people to catch up on before Neo.
Don't rush to conclusion, just enough. It's more of making a manga adaptation out of a product, it's actually more common. The question would be actually exporting that to the West or not, or just leaving it, just in Japan. Otherwise, adaptation of either games that... Sorry.
No, go on. Go on, Teo. You're saying? Okay.
I guess I'll pick up on that. To give them credit, World Ends With You was one of the few properties to actually get an anime adaptation, whereas a lot of their bigger and more while known products have not gotten anime adaptations. So, mind you, this does not excuse Square for, like, missing the mark on some things very heavily, but I will agree that I don't think we should immediately assume that this was all just them not caring about the Woodlands Review. Granted, the anime adaptation still could have been done better.
Well,
and I do find it funny that Square, with all the money that they have, couldn't be bothered to give enough money to, give the anime more episodes. But I do want to try and, see the whole thing through before coming to the conclusion that it was a complete lost cause in that regard.
You said that's the thing, Joe. Every sign points to that, though. Remember how the Neo was marketed, where outside of Japan, the game basically got no marketing, no Nintendo Direct appearances. You'd think there would be, since the Nintendo audience is the one that would care about it the most, since it's a sequel to a DS game, right? But there was barely any marketing outside of Japan. It's abundantly clear that it becomes abundantly clear that the only reason the sequel got made is because Nomura and his team are incredibly passionate, and they did their best to, again, Kingdom Hearts 3 becoming the highest selling game in the series probably was the final clincher they needed to finally get the sequel greenlit. So
it's like we did the popular thing, now let us do the thing that we really, really want to do.
Well, okay.
It really is a lot like what happened with Ghost.
I'm not saying that they don't like making Kingdom Hearts, because that's not true, but, it is like some kind of persuasion there to do it.
Like I said, it's similar with how Ghost Trick was kind of held captive by Capcom until Shitakumi made Ace Attorney 4. So, and you know what? I get it.
Right.
A bit of a risk, but, all the same, I do feel like...
And people say that one's his best game.
Yeah, I do. I mean, a lot of people still say...
You're not the only one.
A lot of people still say Ace Attorney 3, or hell, some people even say the Greatest Attorney games, which I disagree, but don't get me wrong, I enjoy those games. But
anyone ever said the Greatest Attorney games?
I've heard some people say that they're masterpieces. There's even
I've seen some people say it as well.
There's even that guy on YouTube who says that literally as if he was saying the Ace Attorney series has problems and how the Greatest Attorney fixed them all. But again, I don't want to go into a rant about the Greatest Attorney. I enjoy it. I enjoy it.
I know.
That's all I need. Anyway, let's read these person's thoughts.
I've heard people say that Greatest Attorney is a masterpiece, just never it's the best. But I digress. Let's see what's up with this guy.
I don't get why that place is so popular. That taste is nothing to write home about. Okay then.
A lot of shark jaw noise here.
Anyway, yes, Teo, that is indeed Tatsuya Kando.
Okay.
The director of the game.
Is this a ramen shop? And why do I get the feeling we've been here before?
Yeah, you were
pickle pie.
here in the first week, Neku.
Yeah, I never got why Neku, you don't have amnesia still, boy. Come on.
My phone says this is the place.
Here? This place
He's
that I
been
totally
through a
never
lot,
been
and
to
this was
before.
pretty early on, so
Hey,
he probably
no
forgot.
cutting.
That's you, Dibs. Go on.
Boys. You need to wait
Hold
in
on.
line, same as everybody else.
Let me tell something to Dibs real quick.
Guess we're waiting outside then.
Hold on.
That's no good.
Good.
There you go. I just told Dibs something privately so he knows what to do.
Wait.
Go ahead.
We're invisible outside. We can't wait in line.
You're just realizing this now.
Well, excuse me for trying to be polite.
And the line isn't getting any shorter.
Guess we could phase through them and say we waited in line.
The signal's definitely coming from in there, though.
What a conundrum.
We've been tracking down Ramen.
Look, maybe Yoshi's just hungry.
Wouldn't that be a hoot?
With you, everything is. Look, just tell me, what are we after? I can play this game as long as you can. Wait, do you feel that?
I don't get why that place is so popular. The taste is nothing to write home about.
Oh wait, never mind. I think this is a different ramen shop because the ramen shop I'm thinking of was that guy's ramen shop.
There you go then.
Negativity. And it's coming from him.
He's staring at the line.
Jealousy.
Yep.
You think something's up with this shop?
Must be a yokai.
That might explain the signal I picked up. Yeah, the North are basically the yokai of this universe, of this version of Japan, basically.
Let's start with the noise on that guy.
Indeed. It also has to do, Shiroi, with what happened with, believe it or not, Final Fantasy 15 and 7 Remake. Because originally what was happening back... hold on, give me a moment.
Thanks,
Boy,
Josh.
now we're fighting jellyfish.
I love how one of Josh's opening lines is literally "Have fun, Neku," like he knows Neku's gonna be carrying.
Okay. Basically, that's the thing, Shiro. Remember, Final Fantasy 15 was originally being worked on by Nomura's Kingdom Hearts team. Then they got taken off that project to work on 7 Remake, and then they got taken off that project, and Toriyama's team took over, the 13 team. So it was combined with the fact that Kingdom Hearts 3 was being made by the Osaka team. They finally had some time on their hands to finally make this because Kingdom Hearts 3 was already being taken care of. So it was quite a tumultuous process. Let's drop by and talk to him.
Oh man, I thought Teal was voicing the ramen shop guy.
It's not important, Jova.
I mean,
Fair enough. Yeah.
I mean, I already gave Teo one of the best characters, so I'm pretty sure he'll be happy for now.
Like I said, it's not important.
Of course, who could forever forget the first GM with his food lyrics?
Well, I was talking about Shaw, but yeah.
I know.
And now we got this one who likes math and BL.
Roy, the next one will teach you English literature.
Perfect. We can talk to him there.
Get me out of here.
Don't forget, Shiro, you're here forever.
And remember,
I don't
homework
think
is
so.
due
You're
tomorrow.
shy.
It's a formal welcoming.
I love Neku's is confused one. It sounds like he's passing out with a yeah. I don't see anybody else here. Sounds like he's open.
What are you boys have today?
What?
I'm tempted. You know what? I've got a new limited time only. If only I knew how Tatsuya Kando sounds, because I'm tempted to give him an Hank Hill voice. Boys, I've got a new limited time only. Like, yeah, you know what? I'll give him a Hank Hill. I'll give him a Hank Hill voice. Fuck that. Go ahead.
What? He might be the Japanese equivalent to Hank Hill, so why
Sure.
not? I'm afraid to ask what's in it.
Propane.
All right.
Hey, thanks. It's funny because Hank Hill does sort of have a half brother from Japan.
Yeah.
Just give me a plain old.
Exciting. Make mine the big catch.
Of course.
No way. He's either brave or stupid.
Joshua is the kind of person that, says, sorry.
Him too.
What? The audacity!
Joshua is the kind of guy that says, excuse me, not an
You got
egg
it.
for no pickles.
You got it. Here you go.
For them.
It's already done?
You
I mean,
didn't
it's
have
also
time to make that
appetizing.
properly.
Maybe he already had it prepared before they came in, so it was just a matter of
Is
giving
this
it.
food? It's literally looking up at me.
I mean, I don't think it looks that bad.
Fantastic.
Ugh, he's eating it.
Hey, how about you try it before you share on it? Mister, this is excellent.
I normally don't like,
Like
fish-based
it.
ramen, but that looks actually appetizing.
You got good taste, son.
Excuse me a minute, and he vomits it out while no one's looking.
What's wrong? Eat up while it's hot, Neku.
If this turns out in another hot and cold coffee joke from Tales Off, I'm out.
Right. Huh?
Sure, it's fine, Neku.
It's not terrible.
It's disgusting!
It's actually kind of good.
We interrupt you, the world ends with you, to
Using
bring you
chi-
this episode of Dungeon Meshi.
Using cheese as a hidden flavor really gives the soup body.
Oh,
This
it's
can't
got
cook
cheese in it. All right, that's good.
The bold,
This can't cook one.
the bold inclusion of a whole sea bream gives it flavor and presence, as well as a sense of austere majesty.
Okay, Thesaurus.
I'm a smart person. Excuse me for that. For a young kid, you know your noodles.
Smart, haughty.
Good to see there are still some folks left in Shibuya who get it. You know, I'm the veteran of 2 world wars, son.
I'll admit, it's tasty. But still.
Good food is suspicious.
Yeah, who would order this? Closed again today?
Actually, I think that's Whips.
Excuse me.
Another customer?
We're open. Can't you see these customers? I swear, these people nowadays don't have any respect at all. I can't work with you around. Go away. Go ahead, Whips.
Ah, my mistake. The place was so empty, I just assumed. So, given my offer, any thoughts?
Of course.
Oh, it's one of the. Yep, it's one of these plots. It's the guy who bounced us from that other place.
What, you're gonna be the
Hold on,
hero
Java.
who-
Why does he look so familiar?
Yeah, let's just say we've met this guy before, but we don't know. But you guys don't know yet. I've got nothing to talk about with you. Now get out.
Is he the salary man we had to force?
And yeah, to
these
recap.
Philippines
And
on?
yes, to recap. Okay, go ahead.
Come on, champ. I need an answer soon.
And yes, to recap, Kandoi, aka this ramen guy on the left, he's based on Tatsuya Kando, the director of the Toei series. Go
Do
ahead.
yourself a favor and join up with us. I guarantee you, your profits will explode, or else you will.
Die.
What do the people of Shibuya want from a bowl of ramen? It's not flavor. It's adventure. Something different.
What?
Eating noodles in this town is an event. An experience.
No, I can explain this
Isn't it
to you.
sustenance?
I can explain this to you. Go ahead.
That experience begins the moment they get in line.
Yeah, okay. As someone who works on this business too, on this line of business too, I can tell you what he's doing.
What's the point of this a presentation? How you
Exactly,
sell it?
yeah.
So half of them couldn't tell good ramen if it fit them.
Unfortunately, too, there's a lot of people in this business that focus a lot on making the presentation super duper nice and everything, and not focus enough on the actual flavor of on the quality of the food
Give it
itself.
a thought. The offer's only open for a month. Call your shop.
So you boys had to see that. Are you in some kind of trouble? I'll talk more about it in a moment.
Well, what are you gonna do about it?
Must be, if I got kids asking about it. So what? You want to hear the story?
Hear him and do what? We can't help him. It's not like we have the power to make people want something. Wait a minute.
Hold on. Flashback.
What? You're...
Go ahead, Shiri.
Let's hear him out. Sometimes all people need is a good listener.
Exactly. Nice of you to remember that, Neku.
So even back then, when he was still, very tsundere towards her, he was paying attention.
No, he did hear her. It's just that he didn't pay much mind to it. But now that in hindsight, he's much more thinking about what he did hear from her. Like, yeah, but
We might even be able to solve his problem.
not to mention, remember, it was Shiki's willingness to listen to 777 that got us out of this jam in the first week. So obviously, it would be something that he would at the very least notice, and even if he, but of course, he's very soon, so he wouldn't say anything. It's not like I kind of appreciate your behavior in hindsight or anything. Go ahead.
Baba Baka.
If not, don't worry. I'll promise I'll say no.
Exactly. See, doesn't hurt to at the very least ask.
we can listen.
Character development. All right, moving on.
Yeah, in fact, he's so successful now. I've changed his voice. I gave him a British accent.
But don't expect any miracles.
Hey, that's more than enough.
Then, go for it.
Alright. In that case.
Any minute now.
Any minute now.
Dun 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 dun. Neku, I think he's lost it. As you can see, business is hardly booming. I mean, I'm the veteran of 2 world wars. You'd think they would respect me for that. If I don't turn out some serious profits this month, I'll have to close up shop. But that ramen was so good. You're closing? As you might have noticed from his description, Joshua is a big appreciator of ramen. Well, if I let those guys buy me out, I can keep going.
But you don't want to.
The noodles they serve aren't bad, but there's no love.
They're corporate.
Yeah, actually, that is a thing. They treat ramen as a way to make cash.
Which they kind of is.
Plus, they hook customers with cheap tricks, not flavor. Yeah, I'll talk a bit more about it in a moment. I'll talk about a bit more about this later. I will say, let our noodles do the talking.
Sorry.
What?
Double entendre? Yeah.
Eek! What the?
The show begins. Go on out and see for yourselves.
What? What? Do they host a Disney parade or something?
Okay, even though most fans like to just call him Tatsuya Kando because that's who he is, his actual in-universe name is Kandoi. It's the prince! He's so dreamy!
Oh, this guy again. Wait, that's... the guy I met at 104. Mr. Spicy Tuna Roll or whatever.
I am not a spicy tuna roll. He went to that other ramen place. Let's go see. In the next part.
Do we have to?
Anyway, just quickly, just quickly before we end this. Unfortunately, it's a genuine. Again, there's an equivalent in every industry. Specifically, when it comes to the business of restaurants, unfortunately, there's this problem of trying to make everything super fancy on a superficial level, and trying to mostly just impress the customer with, like he said, cheap tricks rather than actually making good food. Like, for example, one particular thing that really boggles my mind is a particular, and believe it or not, even people who, I'm going to tell you something about the business, by the way. Believe it or not, this shit even gets taught to some extent in schools, in specialized schools for this business, by the way, which is something that I cannot even believe. Why would that be the case? Just to give you guys an idea, in the school where I studied, they taught us that it would be really cool to peel an orange by sticking a fork in it and doing it in the air for the customer to watch and to wow the customer. And I'm just like, the customer just wants to eat. They didn't come here for circus tricks.
I mean, to be fair, that's literally what hibachi restaurants are for, to prepare the food in an incredibly spectacular way for the customer.
I guess. It's just that I personally never understood the appeal. When I go to a restaurant, I want to eat. I don't give a rat's ass if you can pull 10 flips or whatever you do. Like,
I will say this. Flavor and taste are the most important things. That said, having good presentation does not hurt either. Mind you, it should not be, like, presentation is not at the forefront, but I would say that it is still a part of the puzzle. That being said, though, the ultimate bad extreme is sort of like something like what the movie The Menu critiqued, wherein people will pay big money just to get essentially tiny little bits of food that are uber fancy and are supposedly the most delectable of ingredients, yada yada yada, like that.
Indeed. Alright, everybody, tune in next part where we figure out what exactly is going on.
Yeah.
See you then.
See ya.